What are we going to talk about today? Let's talk about decorating and energy. Everything's energy. And it's not just decorating. It is how your room feels, the energy you put into it, and what is the purpose? How does it serve you? We're going to talk about that today. We're going to have a lot of fun. So let's get started. Welcome to Landria Onkka Lifestyle on YouTube. Yeah, where we talk about food and fashion and decorating, but it all comes down to one thing: healthy living and energy. Frequencies open the doorway, the gateway to positive, amazing things in many ways that you wouldn't imagine, and one of them is your home. So let's talk about that. Today I'm going to talk about vignettes, and one of my favorite things is lighting. Now I have a lot of overhead, really cool overhead lighting here, just the recessed lighting. I have super high ceilings, which I love. I manifested that. That was a requirement for me, and a lot of light. But I don't like heavy-duty, bright overhead lighting. I think it just doesn't feel good. And so I like to create small vignettes. What's a vignette? Is just, for me, it's a little area that is staged. It's a piece of art. It's a decorating piece of art that you actually use and live in. So let's get started on vignettes. I'm going to show you a couple and how you can easily create a vignette that just feels really good. And it's just a small little area in your home that's very expressive. So many times we have living rooms that are really not functional. Some homes still have that formal living room area. And remember family rooms? Then everybody was in the family room. Nobody went into the formal living room. In fact, a lot of us had parents that said, "Don't you kids go into the formal living room." They wanted it to look perfect. All right, I know some people that actually still had plastic on their furniture. We don't want to live like that anymore. So I want to just show you this vignette. This is the back side of, oops, you can see my cords down there. This is the back side of my little vignette, and this is, as you can see, a black, I know, this seems a little weird, right? A black little sofa. Now, why did I use black? It really anchors the room. We're not going to talk too much about that, but I want to just talk to you about the little areas. This area actually seats 2, 4, 6 people. Yeah, so 6 people, that's pretty good. What I did is I created a little vignette over here in the corner because this was sort of an unused space. I didn't know what to do with it. So I placed a table there, and small spaces can be really functional. So this table that I added with my cool little lamp there, and then we have, the sunshine coming in. We've got some nice lighting here. This functions as a place where I can place food and appetizers and things like that, right? Cocktails. I mean, it's a pretty decent area to use that for. And of course, I have a little seating here, so I can pull that up when I need extra seating. Now, I've got my mirror, which of course, mirrors always expand a room, and that's a pretty big mirror. I've got my super cozy chairs here. I got those from Restoration Hardware, but you can get them much cheaper at other places. And my little funky fireplace. Now, this was like when I saw this fireplace, I said, "Ooh!" I wanted to manifest a really different fireplace, and boy, I got it. Who would imagine it would be steel? But I've made it work, and this is why I chose to see the steel legs on this couch, to bring in a little bit of modern here, yet the coziness. So you don't have to, there's steel, as you can see, the silver steel in the lamps and the side tables. But here's these cozy chairs, so you can mix feelings. Most of the stuff I get is from antique stores and all kinds of cool little places around the city. That rug, I'm an animal lover, that is actually from a consignment store. I did not buy that new. It was from somebody else's collection. And then I love little side tables. So again, you don't have to take up a lot of room in a small space. And you can have all kinds of little side tables for people to put drinks and food. Here's another little side table. Make everything interesting. So you can see here, this is a super interesting, cool little table. It has a iron grid actually on the top of it that's very artful. And then I just place a couple items on there, hand-picked. This is actually my grandmother's. It's from occupied Japan. That's how old this is. I think it's a toothpick holder, and I thought it just reminded me of her. I want you to remember, when you're creating vignettes, little areas, cool little areas, don't overdo all the accessories. We want to keep it decluttered and clean, yet cozy. So people think cozy means putting a lot of stuff in there. So, and by the way, these little birdies on the side are actually candle holders. So I brought the cozy in here, and even this sofa is cozy, and that creates that great little atmosphere, but still a clean, open effect, right? So remember that. And glass opens up a space also. Whenever you have glass tables, you can see through it. It makes the room appear to be much bigger. Don't overclutter. That's a negative energy, and I really highly suggest you just have a few pieces that you love and you pick them out. Everything I have is something I really, really enjoy. I'll give you an example here. Let's go over here. I'll bring you over to this book. You know, even the display books. I'm not a big fan of having a bunch of books around that I don't use, but this one is so amazing. And it has beautiful pictures in it. And it's actually really interesting. And it's a story that anybody can sit and, you know, look through. They're sitting here having a glass of champagne with me. So make it meaningful, you know, make it meaningful. All right, and this is another little vignette area. Okay, so I had this space between the door and this table here, and I like to put mirrors on the back of things. So I had no space to put a mirror or anything. So this is the other seat that I can pull up into my little area, my little living area for extra seating. And once again, if people come in, I can use this and place drinks on here. So when they come in, I can put, you know, maybe appetizers and drinks, and then use this other area over here for other appetizers or whatever I want to do. But I always love it when people come in the house, if they have a little cocktail waiting for them. Sometimes I have little mini martini glasses, and I'll put like a Cosmo in it. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, but it looks fancy when you do that. And again, a chair. This actually, I only paid $100 for this chair. Isn't it beautiful? And it is sturdy, and it's just, for me, a piece of art. Again, I'm picking things that, you know, like that, even the table next to it, all came from places locally that I hand-picked. And all of these are resale items, consignment items, at some very nice stores, but still very reasonably priced. Same thing goes with this table. I paid $100 for this table, all right? And below you can see this is an olive container. This is you know, where they put the olives in and rinse them off. And I put all of my little throws in there, so when we get a little chilly, I could just pull them out, but it serves as a piece of art. This is a little vignette that I love, and that is just my horse. By the way, horses should always be facing a window or a door, and that's energy too. And so this is just a beautiful little area that, you know, I couldn't do much with, but my lamp is over there, and I keep it clean. You know, you might be tempted to put more stuff on there. And I actually just put those candles on there. I'm not sure if I'm going to leave them, but once again, they're glass, so they have a tendency to look more spacious. This is one of my favorites. Again, all of these items are coming from Consignment and little antique stores. This table, I can't remember, I think I paid $150 for it. It's gorgeous. I paid $30 for that metal stool underneath, and then I got the lamp on sale. This right here is my grandmother's. Again, I don't have a lot of stuff. We have a tendency to like put our parents' stuff and our grandparents' stuff all over the place. You don't need a bunch of them. Pick a couple of really precious items. That is a napkin holder. Isn't that precious? And then I have these antique pages out of books that I put here, and that's just for looks. This is a piece of art. Shauna Riley is the artist, and isn't this gorgeous? This is just such a unique, it's probably hard to see with the reflection. I just purchased this from the art gallery across the street. So again, supporting my local artists. This is another vignette. I have so many spaces that I can work and entertain in. So when people come into my dining room, they've got this beautiful little area. Now I pushed this table further to the wall to open up the space for people to, you know, mill around in. And once again, I rested this mirror up against the wall, and I have a few cool items. This table has a leaf in it, so it opens up, and a couple more chairs. But another place to put a lot of stuff on there, food and, you know, drinks and, you know, champagne buckets or whatever. And then I just make it a piece of art, and I can push these items back further when I need a little bit of room. But I create this space so I can actually work on here if I want to. I can move these items, and so that gives me another space for me to sit and do my work, because, you know, I work from home. I do my internet marketing and shooting videos for you. So again, just pretty little areas, simple, clean. You know, use different materials and textures. But as you can see, I love my lamps. I put like 40 watts, sometimes even 25 watt bulbs in there, and at night it's just really cozy. So, and this is my little bar area. So there's a lot of storage in here. I did get this from Consignment. It was I think it cost $2,000 for new right now, over $2,000. I think I got this for like $200. I know, it's crazy. And then I've got my painting that is not fixed on the wall. My two little lamps, as you know. By now, you can see that I keep flanking everything with lamps. Another cozy area. That's a stallion, if you're wondering what that is. And I have a little glitz mixed with some twigs over here, more glass. I have a mirror here, and I have practical things out here. There's my tequila and gin and some glasses that are really cool. You know, you just put drinks in there and you put the top on and serve it. Here's my little glitzy, sparkly champagne bucket. As you can see, I don't have a lot on here, and it's so easy to keep the place clean. You know, I just have to dust once in a while, and it's got a feel here that's elegant, clean, open, and cozy. All right, so get busy. Pick an area that you really connect with, you know, and say, what am I going to do with this small space? And just focus on that one small space to create that vignette, that little piece of art, and think about how it feels. So I hope you enjoyed our little tour here of my vignettes, and just get creative, and like I said, create that clean open space. And then what happens is those items that you choose, they really seem very special, because when you don't put a lot of stuff out, you have to say, which of these items do I really, really appreciate? And so I would rather have one item than 20, one item that I really love. And that's why I will go out and purchase things that might be a little more expensive, but they cost a lot less than the 20 other items I might have had that I'm not really using or that would clutter up the place. So don't ever confuse that. Oh, this is inexpensive, I can put it here. Just think, is this one beautiful piece of art, an item that's going to be part of my vignette, my little art piece, my art area. And again, the energy has to be good. So keep that energy and that frequency high. That means when you go into these spaces, I always make them happy places where people are always laughing. I'm always entertaining with people that I love. And when I go in there, if I sit in front of my fireplace, I can meditate. It's always positive energy that I put in these spaces, so that affects everything too. I hope you had fun today, and we'll do some more decorating videos as we move forward. Thanks for listening. Blessings to you. Have a great day, and get busy with your vignettes.